So, I've been meaning to make this video, but I got a hardy Musa Basjoo banana earlier, I think early summer or late spring, and it was only $30, and it grew a lot since then. And it probably could have grown even more if it was in the ground, but I've had it in a pot since I've owned it because we were moving. We moved to a place that has a lot of space now, so I didn't want to uproot it, so I just kept it in a pot all summer. And yeah, apparently this will be hardy to zone 5, and I think we're in like zone 6, so it should be able to survive or just make it. So I'm going to make sure to protect it really well. But it's August 31st 2021, so I'm gonna plant it, and then hopefully I have an update of me protecting it for winter, and then hopefully some updates in the future if it ends up surviving and doing well and thriving. So I'm thinking of putting it at this spot right here. It'll be very visible from the house, and it's near the fence that goes onto the main road, so it'll provide some sort of like privacy as well because it gets kind of tall. And also it gets full sun here, like I think all day, like 12 hours, so this should be a good spot for it. This will all be a garden bed eventually, so I'm just gonna start with the Musa Basjoo by just digging a circle in the grass and then planting it in its own like hole kind of, and then eventually all the area will become a garden, but for now it's just gonna be in a patch in the grass. So I'm gonna start digging and just plant it. Here is a quick shot of the banana before I plant it. This is my hand, and that's how big the leaf is. So it is pretty large for being in a small pot, and I've barely been watering it properly. So eventually this will all be like a big curvy garden. I've already started over here. Let me do a sneak peek of here. I'm starting a huge curvy garden here, and we've just started to take out the grass, but it's a lot of work. So this area gets full sun for half the day and then shade for the other half. And I've planted one thing. I planted a hydrangea, and then I made a hole for a smaller tree that I want to get. That was probably hard to see, but I just took a half moon spade, and then I just kind of cut the grass in a circle, ripped it out and threw it back there because it is kind of sloping. This area is a little bit sloped. And now I'm just going to dig the hole and then pop the banana in it. Alright, I dug the hole. Usually I would add some good soil, but we just moved and I don't have anything, so I'm just going to plant it. And if it was fine in this potting soil, that's kind of, it was used previously and it's been in here all summer, I'm sure it will enjoy being in the ground. Another thing is it was in a terracotta, and bananas love water, so that was probably not a good idea, but it's still doing well. I think I see some pups already forming. I think there was one on the other side as well. So I'm just gonna pop it in here and then I'll show it once it's in the ground. I wanted to get a shot of all its roots. None of these were here earlier. It was in a very small pot when I got it, and it was very small as well. It was around this tall, and it grew a lot this season. Alright, I got it planted. It's going to be a lot happier. It probably would have grown a lot more also if it was in the ground this whole time, but finally it's now in the ground. I think I'll be cutting it down around probably sometime in October or maybe November, whenever there's a first frost. It could also be late September, It's a little crooked right now, but I'm sure it'll grow straight in the coming years. And I also got a hardy palm. I should show a little bit of footage of that. This one, I'm a little bit more confident that it'll come back because I've watched a lot of videos and people kind of just protect it with leaves and straw and stuff, and they put a tarp over it. And yeah, we had a lot of snow, so I think it'll be well insulated. But the palm, so this is the hardy palm. I think it's Trachy something, and this one is a lot more expensive. It was like $100. And I'm more nervous for this one because apparently they need like Christmas lights and insulation and all that stuff to make it through the winter. So I might plant this closer to the house, and then I'll have to set up some sort of structure. I'll probably take a video when I plant this, and then also take a video of me protecting them both for the winter. So I ended up just digging a hole and planting the Trachy so I can get its roots a little bit more established before winter. It's in this garden bed that I was showing earlier that I'm creating. Just dug a hole, but eventually this will all be one large garden bed. It does get full sun, but for the other half of the day it'll be in shade, but it'll still get at least 6 to 8 hours of sun, which is good enough. Full day sun would be preferable, I'm sure, but the thing is, for this one, it needs those Christmas lights so that it can have some heat during the winter, and the electric outlet is just against the door there. So the wire needs to be able to run here rather than all the way down there. I'm more nervous for this one. I don't know if it will come back. Hopefully. I could always bring it in the house, but I kind of just want to try it, so hopefully the $100 doesn't go to waste. And then the banana, I'm more confident because I've seen a whole bunch of people have success with this one. And another way you want to make sure you're protecting the banana is making sure that water doesn't stay, because with that it'll get rot during the winter. And luckily this is a hill. Bananas do like a lot of water in the summer, but in the winter I think it's more important that the water runs off. So with the slight slope, that should be good, and I'll make sure to protect it well. So that's all. I finally got the hardy tropicals planted, and I'll be back in fall to show you how I'm going to protect them.